Hi everyone, nice to see you again. Welcome again to Imran Amami channel. With me, Imran here. Hopefully, we are in good health and safety during this pandemics, and we are always hoping this pandemic will end soon and we could resume our activities as before. In the previous video, I have discussed many things related to concrete ready-mix machine or Beijing plant. So many things discussed in that video. This is related to what is concrete ready-mix machine or Beijing plant? Why Beijing plant are required? Why should Beijing plant be far away from residential or construction areas? What are Beijing plant components and their functions? What kind of heavy equipment supporting Beijing plant operation? What raw material are required for ready-mix concrete production? And how are the mixing process and its production flow? Also in the introductory video, describe in general how the Beijing plant activities operate in the construction area in the oil and gas field. That is roughly the general operational activities of the Beijing plant. Well, in this video, I will discuss about concrete Beijing plant operating procedure, as seen on the screen here. Concrete Beijing plant operating procedure for construction works in the oil and gas field. Let's say for example, the project case this time is project with a concrete volume 12,628 cubic meter with detail of 6,883 concrete type 1 and 5,745 concrete type 5. To support these projects, the company will use 6 truck mixers for the project with average capacity of 6 cubic meter per truck, while the capacity of the company Beijing plant is 45 cubic meter per hour. One Beijing plant will be fully operated to be able to supply the maximum requirement of the project. To supply concrete continuously without any shutdown of the Beijing plant, the company should be mobilized one mobile Beijing plant by capacity 15 cubic meter as backup supply in case of shutdown. Okay, what are things that we will discuss regarding to this procedure? Okay, let we see content of this procedure. In this procedure, we will discuss about many things or many sections regarding to the concrete operating procedure. In the first section, procedure of ordering concrete. What the matter in it? General or overall program of this procedure. Also, we are discussing about the 3 monthly demand schedule, weekly demand schedule, daily demand schedule. In the other section, we will discuss about the concrete production delivery. What's the matter in it? Are a basis of supply measurement, raw material for concrete production and storage, cement, aggregate, coarse and fine aggregate, water, admixture, plant and equipment, measurement of material and record, documentation and delivery tickets. The other section will discuss about material and production control, material tests, concrete raw material like cement, aggregate, fine and coarse aggregate, specification, water, admixture, control of batch plant and mixing equipment, calibration of bridging equipment, concrete production control, control of water content, workability and press concrete. The other matter is product quality control. We will discuss about the stripping time, marking and curing of cylinder specimen, concrete control test, control chart. Any other section related to personal and record system. The other one is effective measure to be employed for reducing concrete temperature. We are using ACI 3005 hot weather concreting. Any dumping concrete that should be dumped to the designed area. And the last one is list of attachment. These are the matters that we are going to discuss in this procedure. Okay, now we come to the procedure. Concrete Beijing Plan Operating Procedure. As general, the procedure covers Beijing Plan operation, which will comprise ordering procedure, concrete production and delivery, material and production control, product quality control, personnel, and record system. Procedure of ordering concrete. In order to supply of required quality in concrete location at the required time, the company will request the main contractor for appropriate arrangement of detail of concrete pouring demand schedule and detailed time frame for concrete production. We are helping the schedule like a 3 monthly demand schedule, weekly demand schedule, and daily demand schedule. As we know, as a contract document, it is usually equipped with a monthly concrete demand schedule until the project completion, then update again in the field or on site, and weekly concrete demand schedule and daily concrete demand schedule are also updated every week. For concrete demand more than 100 cubic meter in one day shall be confirmed 1 week before. What is the schedule means for the company? Based on the monthly concrete demand schedule, the company calculate the material needs or material requirement and procure it for the first 3 months in the early project. Then procure it 1 month before based on the update monthly concrete demand schedule. This is upon consideration of the supplier location, which is only one province difference. Sample of this schedule you could see in the following attachment. Okay, next, in daily demand schedule, the company having procedure, and they will provide special order form for placing order that they call daily concrete order form, and this form to indicate the following information: order form number, name of contractor or client, job site or pouring location, date or time of start of delivery, speed of delivery or internal between trucks, total quantity of required order, class of concrete and type of cement, maximum aggregate size, specified slump or workability, type of specified admixture and amount, required test, and other necessary information as required. You could see daily concrete order form in the following attachment. Next, we will discuss about the concrete production delivery. Any basis of supply measurement. Measurement of concrete supply will be by cubic meter of fully compacted pressed concrete. The volume of given batch divided by the weight per cubic meter of concrete or can be calculated as the sum of the weights of all material used, including water. Minimum order shall be 0.5 or half cubic meter, with minimum additional order shall be 0.5 or half cubic meter. Raw material for concrete production and storage. Raw material used for the concrete shall be meet the specification requirement and be subjected to the client or the main contractor approval. Concrete raw material that we already discussed in our previous video regarding to the concrete ready-mix machine or batching plant. The concrete raw material are cement. So the cement used in producing the concrete shall be meet the specified requirement of ESTMC 150 for type 1 and type 2 cement. And all cement is stored in the cement warehouse, protected from water and other weather conditions, while at the time of concrete production, cement will be transferred to the storage bin at the batch plant by screw conveyor prior to mixing. Aggregate. Aggregate means including fine and coarse aggregate, and this should conform with ESTMC 33. It has reefer or crushed gravel with maximum size 3/4 inch graded aggregate, ship size 37.5 millimeters, armor stone, compacted gravel, and wash or natural sand. Aggregate to be placed separately in a stockpile in such way that contamination, intermingling with adjacent material is avoided. Cleaning of aggregate will be done periodically, preferably during the night time or no pouring to have enough time for water to drain. The water should conform shall meet the specified requirement of ASTM-C 94. Admixture. Use admixture is liquid form Daratat 40 retarder which conform to ASTM-C 494 type D and Darachem RM super plasticizer which conform to ASTM-C 494 C 1017 type D and G. Okay, the next section is plant and equipment. What are batch plant and its supporting equipment to support batching plant operations? Already discussed in my previous video. The company will use 6 truck mixer to support this project with average capacity of 6 cubic meter per trucks, while the capacity of the batching plant is 45 cubic meter per hour. One batching plant will be fully operated to be able to supply the maximum requirement of the project. To supply concrete continuously without any shutdown of the batching plant, the company should be mobilized one batching plant by capacity 15 cubic meter as backup of supply in case of the shutdown. What are batch plant and its supporting equipment to support batching plant operation shall be shown in the following attachment. Okay, now any documentation and delivery ticket section. Before discharging the concrete at the point of delivery, the company will be provide a delivery ticket for each batch of concrete detailing the following information: name of contractor, job site and pouring location, date of delivery, mix, class of concrete, cement type, maximum aggregate size, space by slum, volume and or quantity in 1 cubic meter, time of batching, time of arrival at site. Remarks means if any excess or surplus request ready-mix concrete supply shall be mentioned for what and where, and any other necessary information. So the next section, any material and production control. So material says for the concrete raw material. For the cement, the physical and chemical analysis of cement used for the concrete will be evaluated based on small mill certificate provided by manufacturer or supplier and subject to the approval of the company. Aggregate Routine tests on fine and coarse aggregate for concrete production and quality control proposed to be carried out regularly at a company laboratory. It has gradation test, moisture content, material finer than SIP number 200, specific gravity, bulk density, and water absorption. Specification: the complete test on chemical and physical properties of aggregate for the approval of material used for the concrete will be done by the approved independent testing laboratory and comprise gradation, water absorption, specific gravity, material finer than SIP number 200, flexiness index, sonar test, chloride content, sulfate content, alkali reactivity in aggregate. Water, the test water will be done only for approval purposes. It has on pH value, total dissolved solid, or TDS, chloride content, sulfate content, suspended soil, and alkali carbonate. Admixture. The admixture quality will be checked regularly based on the specific gravity of the liquid. And what is concrete raw material shall be shown in the following attachment. Material and production control. Material tests shall be applied for the concrete raw material. Cement. The physical and chemical analysis of cement used for the concrete will be evaluated based on cement mill certificate provided by manufacturer or supplier and subject to approval of the company. Aggregate. Routine tests and fine and coarse aggregate for concrete production and quality control for the purposes to be carried out regularly at the company laboratory. It has gradation test, moisture content, material finer than SIP number 200, specific gravity, bulk density, and water absorption. Specification. The complete test on chemical and physical properties of aggregate for the approval of material used for the concrete will be done by the approved independent testing laboratory and comprise gradation, water absorption, specific gravity, material finer than SIP number 200, flexiness index, soundness test, chloride content, sulfate content, and alkali reactivity in aggregate. Water. Since the water used for the concrete is supplied from the client or the main contractor main desalination plant, it has potable water. The test on water will be done only for approval purposes. It has on pH value, total dissolved solid, chloride content, sulfate content, suspended soil, and alkali carbonates. Admixture. The quality of admixture will be checked regularly based on the specific gravity of the liquid. Control of base plant and mixing equipment. All plant and equipment will be maintained in a clean and efficient working condition. All knife edge on wedging equipment will be kept clean all time. All hovers and door will be kept clean and in efficient working order. Any wheel up in the hover will be cleaned out daily. And the mixer at base plant as well as the truck mixer will not be loaded in excess of manufacturer's freight capacity. Calibration of wedging equipment. Calibration of all scales used for cement, aggregate, water, admixture, dispenser will be done before the start of concrete production subject to the approval of the client or main contractor. Concrete production control. At the start of batching, the central mixer and truck mixer will be cleaned from any retained water inside the drum used for washing on purposes. All the concrete will be based on the batch card provided by the main contractor technical department using the mix proportion which have been approved by the main contractor at initial trial mix. All the material will be measured with defined limit of the above bed skirt, and any necessary adjustment will be made to allow for variation of the moisture in aggregate to be done by the company laboratory officer based on the approved table. Control of water content, workability, and press concrete. During the mixing, the amount of water introduced into the mixture will be strictly controlled, and no additional water other than specified will be added to the truck mixer before the delivery, unless specifically required and signed by the client or the main contractor. After the completion of batching, the mixed concrete in the truck mixer will be inspected visually before delivery. Product quality control, sleeping time, marking and curing of cylinder spacement. The cylinder spacement were made during concrete production will be stripped out from the mold at minimum 20 hours and not more than 48 hours after the casting. All the cylinder spacement will be identified with waterproof pen marker in accordance to the laboratory code number, date of casting, and other necessary information. The record showing class concrete, pouring location, date of cast, etc. will be available for further inspection. After the completion of the above process, all cylinder spacement will be cured inside a ware take in accordance with ISTMC 192 and tested at designated age. Concrete control test. All the test specimens will be made, cured, and tested in accordance to specific requirement. Compressive strength test will be done at the designated age will be determined by the client or the main contractor. Before the test, all specimens should be weighed, measured, and kept by the sulfur in order to obtain the volume, density, diameter, cross-sectional area, and plainness of the surface to be tested. All compressive strength tests on cylinder specimen will be performed in accordance with requirement of ISTMC 39. And the other section, any personnel and record system. In order to ensure the success and completion of the contract, the company based plan operation and concrete production will be under the supervision of experienced concrete and material engineer, and to be collaborate with an independent testing laboratory. The company also provide experienced and well-trained concrete technician as well as truck mixer operators and maintenance mechanic for troubleshooting and overhaul of the equipment in order to guarantee the smooth running of concrete production. Effective measures to be employed for reducing concrete temperature. We are using ACI 305 hot weather concreting. Hot weather may lead to problem in mixing, placing, and curing hydraulic cement concrete that can adversely affect the properties and serviceability of the concrete. Most of these problems relate to the increased rate of cement hydration at higher temperature, the increased evaporation rate of moisture from the freshly mixed concrete. Generally, if concrete strength are satisfactory and curing practices are sufficient to avoid undesirable drying of surfaces, the durability of hot weather concrete should not be greatly different from similar concrete paved at normal temperature, assuming the presence of desirable airfoil system if it is going to be exposed to cycle of freezing and thawing. However, the following step will be taken in order to avoid the above problem, such as hydration and at higher temperature, in blanket concrete temperature, and evaporation rate of moisture from the freshly mixed concrete in hot weather. First, concrete and water will be stored in the shaded area to reduce temperature increase due to direct sunshine. Cement aggregate will be sprayed with water as required in order to further reduce the aggregate temperature. In blanket moisture of aggregate must be taken into account for proper water to content ratio, or WC. Third, as initial concrete temperature will affect the strength, the temperature of the mixing water has no greatest effect to the concrete strength. The temperature of the mixing water is the easiest thing to control, even though the mixing water use is small compared to the other ingredient. The use of cold mixing water will be utilized by providing the specific equipment that we call water chiller, which can decrease the water temperature up to 12 Celsius degree. Concrete admixture such as retardant will be used as required in order to offset the negative effect of high mixing temperature. Bedding procedure will be set up and implemented in order to produce a uniform quality of mixed concrete. The dispatching of mixed concrete by truck will be coordinated to avoid delay in delivery. It has minimized delivery time for concrete placement. The elapsed time of bedding to placement of concrete mix will result in significant increases in mixing water demand or in slump loss. The placement of concrete will be speeded up in order to hot weather difficulty. The last one of this procedure, any dumping of concrete. The dumping of concrete rejected ready-mix concrete supply will be dumped to the disposal area designated by the client and the main contractor. Regarding to the proposed will be shown in the following attachment. Okay, that's all content of this procedure. Hopefully this shall be useful and inspiring, especially for whom relate to this field. Again, thank you very much for watching. See you in next video. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.